Pepe and Littlewood's Cups. Good afternoon.
Good day.
Well, Jim, I see our golf balls from Mr. Doug Ellis, the chairman of Villa, have finally turned up.
Well, no, not quite, Saint. These are special golf balls. They are Saint and Greavsie golf balls, and as you can see, Aston Villa couldn't sort you out, but a West Ham supporter has. And there's a lovely picture of you and I on the front. I know a few people at the game who'd love to smash that off the tee, didn't you? Hey?
Send us into orbit. Yeah,
not many. Have you heard from that bloke about the Ferraris yet that we like?
No, not as yet. Right, the football. And we finally made it, Jim. Scotland qualified for Italy.
Yes, well done,
Jocko, as a result
lad.
of our draw at Hampden on Wednesday. But not without the last-minute twist in the tail. Here are the highlights.
Black stays down. Johnson's in there. McCoist is inside him. And it came off the goalkeeper's legs. McCoist is after this one. A chance for Scotland. Annie McCoist. Cooper with it. Floated in. Off that crossbar. Royabal. Fjortoft. Driven there. Oh, against the Scottish post. Terrific breaking drive there by the number 11, Jan Fjortoft. Hansen on the far side, but Malpass got there first. And Malpass got that challenge as well. Johnston and McCoist are waiting in the middle. Oh, great work by Torsted from Mo Johnston. Bohinen. Scotland have got everyone bar Mo Johnston back now. A screaming shot! And a fabulous goal there. Scored by Erland Jonsson to make it 1-1.
Well, 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 congratulations, Saint. You now make up the rest of the numbers with us and Egypt and the United Emirates and
all the other big teams.
Yeah.
Last week, we were saying about Eric the Viking. You were saying,
yes,
you know, what a good goalkeeper he is.
Yeah.
But he's not a bad outfield player as well, Jim.
No, well, no, I mean... He's...
Wait till you see this. I mean, he came out here to intercept Big Roy Aitken, and, you know, he's got a little quite nice feet.
Well, this is the new Terry Venables plan, you know. Everybody can have a go now. I mean,
is this total football?
This is it. That's exactly what you call it.
Well, as it happens, he had an excellent game. That apart, rush of blood there. This was a great save. I thought, first of all, maybe a penalty.
Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you? But
good save from Big Eric there.
He does. He is a good player.
But we have to finish on the goal. Let you say something about the goal.
Well, it's Jim Leighton practicing for all the Brazilian shots in the World Cup, isn't it? It's... They'll be coming at him like that from all angles. Yeah. And this is, well, this actually, you see here, is a greater miracle than the parting of the Red Sea. That's the closest the jocks will ever get to that, I can assure you.
Do you think we've gone over the top of it?
Just slightly over. Just slightly.
Oh, wishful thinking. OK. Well, last week, we were bemoaning the lack of goals from John Aldridge for his country. But when the Republic really needed him on Wednesday, Aldridge wasn't found wanting.
Half an hour gone. O'Leary's run across the face of the defenders, and there is the goal. And this time it is Aldridge. Whelan, and it's Andy Townsend in the clear. Karabot's got back. Penalty. Karabot on Townsend. And it's going to be John Aldridge. So successful, except for one famous occasion, with penalties for Liverpool. He's successful here. They're delighted.
Well, that result has ensured that Jack Charlton's name will now be written into the Irish soccer history books and guarantees him star status wherever he goes. When the team arrived home on Thursday, the scenes were quite amazing. Martin Tyler spoke to the big man of the moment.
Well, now everybody's starting to look at what we're going to do when we go to Italy. We're not going to even think about that for the next till Christmas, and then after Christmas we'll start looking at it. We're there. That's it. The first time in the Irish history that we've ever qualified for a competition like this. I'm delighted to be the manager at the time when they did it. And we'll be difficult in the World Cup. We've got some good players, and we've got a good way of playing, and when we do it right, we look really good. When we don't do it right, we don't look very good. But when we do it right, we look good. And anybody that plays just know they've got a battle on their hands.
You've won the World Cup, everybody knows that. They might remember too that you've performed as a commentator in the World Cup as well. I was proud to be alongside you in that. What's it going to mean to you to be a manager now?
Well, I remember, Martin, when we used to go and try and get interviews with players and with managers and things, and how difficult it was to get in, and how you pushed me to the front to get you in. And it'll be nice to be there as a manager, and you lot trying to get in to see me, and I can say, no.
Surely you're going to let me in.
I let all the lads in, I always do. You've got a job to do, and we'll try and help you as much as we can.
Well, we're very pleased you're there, Jack, and thanks for all your help along the way.
Thanks very much, Martin. And can I say that the English support we've had throughout the whole of this campaign has been tremendous, and the goodwill from the English. Not only the Irish, but the English as well. It's been terrific.
Don't forget the Scots as well, Jack. Well done, big fella.
That's particularly true of the English, because most of the players play for the English Football League, don't they, in the English Football League, and a lot of them are English.
And Scots.
And Scots. I mean, my granny was Katie O'Reilly. I qualified for Ireland if I hadn't have played for England. I mean, that is, it's got, though, isn't it?
Listen, talking about England, Jimmy, you had another excellent nil-niller in midweek.
Yes, it was great. We learned a lot. That the traffic gets worse getting to the ground. Actually, I saw another Neil. I was over the other side watching Neil Diamond. I said to the missus, it was her birthday, and I said, do you want to go and see England or Neil Diamond? And she said, looked at the England team, and she said, I've seen enough repeats, I'll go and watch Neil Diamond.
So what you're saying is nothing was learned from the Italian game?
I don't think so, to be perfectly honest. Bobby might have learned something. I don't think the rest of us did. It would have been nice to have seen a few players been given a chance, but
that's
Bob's
right.
choice.
That's right, it's his choice. We'd all like to see new faces in the build-up. I don't think the results really mean anything at all and shouldn't mean anything.
Not now.
I think the public realise that.
Not now, Ian, no.
Right. Anyway, it's England, Scotland and the Republic who have made us glued to our screens between June the 8th and July the 8th next summer. Here with news of the other qualifiers are Martin Tyler and Peter Brackley with our World Cup Roundup.
West Germany, one of the world's footballing superpowers, confirmed their place in Italy, but not without a scare, as Wales gave one of their best performances under Terry Yorath, Norwich City's Malcolm Allen, unsettling Franz Beckenbauer's team after just 11 minutes. West Germany had to win to qualify. They certainly needed this equaliser. Rudi Völler squeezing the ball past Neville Southall. The Germans, though, had to score again. The anxiety mounting, but it was eased 3 minutes into the second half. A terrific volley from Thomas Hassler. West Germany, who participated in the final stages in every competition since 1950, they're there again. But when Völler was brought down by Gavin Maguire, West Germany couldn't grasp a 2-goal lead. Pierre Littbarski's penalty, Southall saving splendidly with the help of a post.
A night of high passion in Rotterdam, but Holland, needing only a point against Finland to be certain of qualifying, took nearly an hour to score. Johnny Bosman's goal prompting ecstatic scenes in the capacity crowd, but also appeals for offside from overworked Finnish defenders. You could sense the relief now around the stadium, and a relaxed Dutch team went smoothly on to score twice more. First, Erwin Koeman squeezing an excellent shot past Kari Laukkanen, the Finnish goalkeeper. Laukkanen, who'd earlier defied Erwin's brother Ronald with a breathtaking first-half save. Ronald, though, was soon to score too. It was he who was sent tumbling here by Europaius for a penalty. Ronald Koeman, as he's shown for Barcelona this season, seemingly invincible from the penalty spot. 3-0 to Holland, and they go through as unbeaten winners of Group 4.
Romania are the winners of a very tight Group 1, and Denmark, so delightful in Mexico in 1986, they're out, despite taking a 6th-minute lead in Bucharest through Flemming Poulsen of PSV Eindhoven. Romania certainly benefit from the considerable strength of their top club side, Steaua Bucharest. And one of the Steaua stalwarts, Gavrila Balint, turned the game Romania's way with a 25th minute equaliser. A draw would have been enough for Denmark, but their coach, Sepp Piontek, complained afterwards that his players were too slow and lacked discipline. Sabau's goal, the crucial second for Romania, 7 minutes before half-time. The second half did mar some of the Romanian joy. Balint did collect his second goal, Romania's third, but their star performer, George Hagi, was sent off, and he'll be suspended when Romania start their matches in Italy.
Spain, stepping up their campaign to be seeded in preference to England, ended their qualifying matches in the most positive fashion. Manolo's early goal, the first of 4 against Hungary in Seville. An experimental Spanish team, their qualification, of course, already secured. Their second goal, a header from Emilio Butragueño. Hungary had needed to win by 4 goals to maintain slim hopes of finishing ahead of the Republic of Ireland, but they were 3 down when Fernando scored on his international debut. Another new face supplied the 4th goal to Juanito, taking Spain's impressive record of goals in the group to 20.
Group 3 has produced the most interesting scenario. Any 2 from 4 teams could qualify, including the Soviet Union and Turkey. Turkey needed to win, but their dreams dashed by Oleg Protasov, his first goal after 68 minutes. And 11 minutes later, it was Protasov again. Speed, power, and a touch of good fortune at the finish. 2-0, which means that the strength of the Soviet Union will be seen in Italy.
The second qualifying place in Group 3 rested on the match in Vienna, and it was Austria, thanks to a hat-trick from Tony Polster here, who came through at the expense of East Germany. The two nations had been level on points before the game, but East Germany's hopes were floundering after Polster's second. A penalty this time, midway through the first half. Christian Keglowitz fouled by Dirk Staumann. Polster's kick decisively tucked away. A sad night for East Germany, who missed a penalty themselves and had a player sent off. For Polster, the match was a personal triumph, underlining his return to favour after being left out of the qualifying match in Iceland earlier in the season. His third goal superbly taken. It's Austria then, who join the Soviets in Italy next year.
Czechoslovakia in white had to avoid a 4-goal defeat in Portugal to join Belgium as qualifiers from Group 7. Portugal had their chances, but Czechoslovakia held out for a goalless draw to join the elite in Italy.
Now the latest team to qualify, Egypt. They've come through the African section after this single goal from Hossein Hassan after only 4 minutes of the second leg against Algeria in Cairo. The first game having finished in a goalless draw. It's Egypt's first appearance in the finals since 1934.
So the seedings have now to be decided, and the big question is whether England or Spain will join the 5 other favoured nations when the draw is made on December the 9th. The other qualifiers are all decided except for the last 2. The other African place is between Tunisia and the Cameroons, who lead 2-0 so far. The second leg of their match takes place tomorrow, as does Trinidad against the United States. Trinidad need to avoid defeat to go through. And next week we'll have a full report on that game, which promises to produce one of the most exotic stories for this year's finals. Brian Williams is one of their most experienced players, and I think you can see that they could provide some interesting characters for next year's finals.